I got one of the least exciting new bike parts, but I'm pretty excited about it, and I'll tell you why. So one of the very few issues that I have with the Vetus Nucleus that I've built is the handlebar positioning. I think they're 1/2-inch riser bars, and I've got the stem positioned as high as they can possibly be on the steerer tube. But even still, it feels like I'm hunched over, and especially with my back issues, you know, that seems to just make it even worse. So I've been looking for a way to raise up the bars, and I think I found a solution. So that's where this comes into play. This is a new stem, and the image on the box actually does not represent the product whatsoever. But it's a Dimension brand. I've never even heard of them before, but they were carried at one of the local bike shops around here. And what's interesting about them, you know, it appears that they have many different size and angle combinations. So this is 70 millimeters in length. It's got a 35-degree rise. So that's the big thing I'm interested in. And so around on the back we can see that this was made in Taiwan. That's not out of the ordinary for bike parts. And there are certainly its fair share of warnings. And my favorite warning is this one here. Warning, this stem is not designed. And then it goes into another sentence. So what is it not designed for? Alright, so let's take a look on the inside of this thing and see what we're actually working with here. And this is what I was after. This, you know, you can see a pretty significant rise to it. That's probably going to raise the bars maybe up to a full inch over where they are now, and maybe I'll play around with the spacers to get that right where I want it. But gloss finish on it, you know, pretty decent looking piece. More warnings here. So I am going to start pulling this off and replacing it with this. Let's see how it turns out. So this shot gives about the best representation of the height difference, and I'm just looking purely at the bottom here. This previous one is about 3/8 of an inch. Come over here, we're at about 1 1/4. So it's almost 1 full inch of rise. I don't think I'm going to play around with my spacers at all. I think I'm just going to put it on as is and see how I like it. So that means I get to do my least favorite thing in the world, and that is aligning the handlebars and the wheel, because I can never seem to get it exactly perfect. So straight away I can already tell that I like this new stem. I don't have to bend over quite so much. My arms have a little more bend in them, which helps to absorb things a little bit. So the position just feels a lot more natural. Climbing was one of the concerns. If the bars are up too high on this little hill, it feels fine. Got a tiny little descent coming up. See how that is. That feels good too. So I know it's kind of a boring part, but if it can make the ride better, I'm all for it. So check them out if you're looking for a new stem. Dimension was the brand. I know you can get them online. Obviously you can get them at a bike shop too, because that's what I did. And as always, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.